Yo, what's up, guys? This is your boy Ibrahim, aka Pali Rican B718. It's been a long time since I actually last made a video on YouTube. The last time I made a video was like July 21st, 2025. And today is December 29th, 2025. There's just 2 more days left until 2026. And as you may know, 2023 was one of the saddest days of my life because my mother passed away, and right after all that happened, I also got scammed for for a lot of money. I'm not gonna say the amount exactly, but as you know, and 2025, well, that's been one of the hardest times for me this year alone, because I've been through so many. I've been going through so much stuff financially because of the amount that I got scammed, and the fact that because of that I lost my property, so in other words, I lost my business. I owned property. I had a real estate business that I owned 2 properties, and it's fucked up because, like, some people lose their business because of 3 things, and one of those is because they drove themselves to drink alcohol and partying, or they party too much, and that's how they lost their business, or even gambling, or were in debt by people that they owed money to, that they end up losing their business because of that. And it's funny because that didn't happen with me. You see, what happened was I was paying my mortgage on time. I had my mortgage with the bank, and pretty much the bank was the one that screwed me over to lose my properties. They screwed me over even though I was paying my mortgage on time. I was never late like they lied and said. And it hurts to even talk about it because I did whatever a person would do that they had the mortgage with their banks, because my mortgage payments were there. The money was there for them to take it out every month, but they decided that they were gonna take it out ahead of time, even though there was money still in the account for it to be covered. So I would actually have to take money out from my personal account at the time to make sure that the money was there. So like I said, they were double dipping. They would take out half of the money, and then by the due date, take out the other half. So half of the times, I was actually left with no money in my account at all for me to even buy food or just to hang out with my friends. I couldn't even take money out because of that. So all of a sudden, the bank decides to sell my mortgage to another company. So that other company took over my mortgage, and so like I said, they took over my mortgage, and then from January and February, I was collecting my rents from my tenants still. Then the end of February, they sent letters to my tenants not to collect the rent from not to give me the rent anymore, to give it directly to them. So March 1st came, and March 1st, 2025 came. And guess what? I was not collecting rent anymore because they were getting it directly from my tenants. And then here comes the lawyers reaching out to me about your properties being foreclosed because you didn't make the payments for your mortgage. I was still paying my mortgage until February. So how you telling me I'm not making no payments on time, or I'm not making no payments at all, when I was making the fucking payments on time every month? And then I had somebody help me try to sell my properties. But then the people that came to see my properties, they only wanted to buy it individually. So then before you knew it, I couldn't even sell my properties with my friend. So instead of me actually selling my property, they went into foreclosure. So therefore, I lost everything because of that. So right now I'm just waiting for my lawyer to get back to me and get whatever money that I'm gonna get from the actual foreclosure agreement that I made with them. But you see, even though whatever happened to me in 2025, it hurts, to even talk about it, but I know in 2026 will be a better year for me finally. And I can finally do everything I wanted to do for my mom. Because it hurts me to this day that I couldn't even get her a headstone, a tombstone for her grave. So right now, it's just in the graveyard in the cemetery without her name on it. So it's just ground, it's just dirt that she's under. And I'm just trying to get one for her as soon as possible. Because I know people are talking behind my back saying, wow, look what her son did. He couldn't get her a tombstone or headstone, whatever you want to call it. And and like I said, I couldn't do it before because, like I said, I couldn't even take money out to even pay my bills. So how the hell would I even take money out for me to even eat? That's why a lot of friends of mine, they lend me money to help me financially to, pay some bills or even just to eat or just to hang out with. Because 2025 was the hardest year for me. And it's been 2 years now since my mom passed. And I'm ashamed to say, believe it or not, I'm ashamed to actually admit to it because I wanted my mom to have her tombstone, headstone inside the cemetery already. Long time ago. I wanted her to have it the same year she passed away. But I spent almost $25,000 for her funeral itself. The funeral plus to bury her, the cemetery alone. I spent almost like $25,000 alone just for that. And like that, and like I know, like I said just now, the bank screwed me over. And then here comes December 1st. Well, sometime in December, they wrote to me. Yeah, the bank actually wrote to me about my account. That it had a balance, current balance, that I have money inside the bank of 24,000 and change, close to 25,000. So I go to the bank directly, and they told me it was interest that I made, equity, from paying the mortgage. So it was interest that I made from paying my mortgage for all those years that I had the mortgage and I paid my mortgage for. So hopefully I could get that money soon. Whether they give me a check or if they could give me the money in cash. Because I know if I go directly to a check cashing place, they're gonna definitely charge me a fee for it to cash out the money. But if I get the money directly from the bank, which is my money, my name on the account, they're gonna have to give me the money like that. And pretty much this will be my last video for 2025. But you're definitely gonna see me coming back in 2026, because just like they say, a phoenix rises from the ashes. Well, my time is now. And this time, I'm not saying it like I always say it every year when I'm talking about the gym. This time I really mean it. So my time is now. Peace out. One love.